British folklore is rife with terrifying and mysterious creatures, but few evoke the primal fear of water quite like the Grindylow. Known to lurk in the murky depths of lakes, marshes, and bogs, this malevolent water-dwelling creature is the stuff of nightmares. With its cold, slimy hands and an insatiable thirst for human flesh, the Grindylow has haunted the imagination of generations. What is the origin of this terrifying being, and could it still be lurking in the forgotten waters of Britain? This video delves into the sinister folklore, historical accounts, modern sightings, and chilling evidence surrounding the Grindylow, aiming to uncover the truth about this aquatic terror. The Grindylow is believed to originate from northern England, particularly in the Yorkshire and Lancashire regions. Its name is derived from Grendel, the monster in Beowulf, suggesting ancient roots for the creature's mythology. The Grindylow is depicted as a small, humanoid figure with long, sinewy arms and clawed hands, often with a grotesque, frog-like appearance. Its skin is described as slimy and cold, blending seamlessly with the dark waters it inhabits. These creatures are said to reside in stagnant bodies of water, such as ponds, lakes, and bogs, where they wait to snatch unwary travelers, particularly children who venture too close to the water's edge. The Grindylow is closely associated with tales told to scare children away from dangerous waters. Parents used stories of the Grindylow to keep their children safe, warning them that if they strayed too close to the water, the creature would pull them under and drown them. While many believe the Grindylow was a cautionary tale, some historical accounts suggest that the creature's malevolence may be more than just a myth. The earliest written references to the Grindylow date back to the 17th century, though oral traditions and stories likely predate this by centuries. In Yorkshire, tales of the Grindylow were often told in connection to the dark, desolate marshlands of the region. These stories would serve as grim warnings, emphasizing the creature's voracious appetite for children. In some versions of the folklore, the Grindylow was said to be a spirit that originated from drowned children themselves, a dark cycle of vengeance and despair that haunts the waters. It was believed that the souls of drowned children transformed into Grindylows, forever bound to the watery grave that claimed them. This eerie detail only adds to the creature's horrifying mythology, both a predator and a victim of the very environment in which it thrives. In the 20th century, Grindylow sightings became less frequent, but they didn't disappear entirely. In the 1970s, a rash of strange occurrences in the Peak District led to renewed interest in the creature. Hikers reported seeing fleeting, amphibian-like figures in the distance near secluded bodies of water, and several reported eerie feelings of being watched while near the region's bogs and lakes. In 1994, a chilling encounter was reported by a couple, the Mitchells, who were walking their dog along the moors near Todmorden, West Yorkshire. As they approached a small tarn, they noticed something moving in the water. What they first assumed was a large fish turned out to be a hunched humanoid figure, its head just above the water's surface. Terrified, they described the creature's eyes as black, empty voids, and its long arms reaching toward the shore. Before they could react, their dog bolted towards the creature, barking wildly. The Grindylow reportedly submerged quickly, disappearing into the murky water. The dog, usually brave, refused to approach the water after that. The couple's account gained attention locally, but no physical evidence of the creature was ever found. In more recent years, sightings have continued, albeit sporadically. In 2012, a teenage girl claimed to have been grabbed by something while swimming in a lake near Manchester. She managed to free herself, but was left with deep scratch marks on her legs that could not be easily explained. One of the most famous and well-documented Grindylow sightings occurred in 1910 near the town of Pickering, North Yorkshire. A group of schoolchildren playing by a stream claimed to have seen a hideous, green-skinned creature emerge from the water and attempt to grab one of their friends. The creature was described as small but extremely strong, with disproportionately long arms and webbed fingers. One of the boys, Alfred Wainwright, threw a rock at the creature, causing it to retreat into the water with an unearthly screech. The children's story caused a stir in the town, and locals organized a search of the area. While no physical evidence of the Grindylow was found, several adults who investigated the scene reported feeling an oppressive, eerie atmosphere near the water. Some claimed to have seen strange ripples on the water's surface, even when the wind was still. Wainwright went on to become an avid storyteller in his adult life, retelling the story often, though skeptics argue that his vivid imagination likely influenced his account. Nevertheless, the Pickering incident remains one of the most famous Grindylow encounters in history. Throughout the centuries, many drownings in the north of England have been attributed to the Grindylow, particularly in cases where the bodies were never recovered, or where unusual circumstances surrounded the deaths. Though modern science might attribute such cases to accidents or natural predators, locals often invoked the Grindylow as the culprit, especially when children were involved. In 1810, the disappearance of two brothers near a marsh outside Skipton was blamed on the creature. The marsh had a reputation for being haunted by the Grindylow, and though their bodies were found days later, the state of their remains, horribly mutilated and covered in strange, shallow lacerations, led many to believe that something unnatural was responsible. Despite the frightening stories, some have attempted to scientifically investigate the Grindylow. One theory is that sightings of the creature could be attributed to large, unknown species of aquatic life, such as giant eels, which have been known to inhabit British waters. Their movements and sudden appearances in shallow waters could easily inspire fear, especially if their size exceeded what was considered normal. In the 19th century, naturalists and folklore collectors like Sabine Baring-Gould investigated such stories, theorizing that the Grindylow could be a relic of ancient superstitions rooted in the dangers of water, with sightings influenced by overactive imaginations or misidentification of animals. Another possibility involves the psychological effect of isolation and the fear of water. Many who report Grindylow sightings are near dangerous, desolate bodies of water, and the human mind, in such vulnerable situations, can easily conjure terrors from the unknown. The Grindylow remains one of Britain's most terrifying and enduring folkloric creatures. Whether it is a figment of the imagination, a cautionary tale, or something darker lurking in the forgotten waters, the stories continue to haunt the psyche of those who dare to venture near secluded lakes and bogs. While science may attempt to explain these sightings away, the mystery remains unresolved. Could the Grindylow still lurk beneath the waters, waiting for its next victim? Perhaps the answer lies in the murky depths where reality and legend intertwine. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share with your family and friends, and please leave a comment down below. You can also suggest ideas for future videos of creatures or myths you would like me to cover. Until we meet again, goodbye.